Happy Friday. I'm back with another Fridays 45. My summer's starting, so I thought I'd start out with a banger. And the one I want to start off with is Talking Heads, Burning Down the House. This song was actually off their fifth album, Speaking in Tongues. It was their first single released off of it. It was actually one of their highest selling singles in the U.S. It hit number 9 on the Billboard. And in Canada, it also got in top 10, but in the UK, it didn't hit at all, which is kind of interesting to think that it couldn't even get in the UK. 14 other hits of Talking Heads has hit the UK charts, but and this one was not one of them. The idea for Burning Down the House came from Chris Frantz and Tina Weymouth. They were at a P-Funk concert. They liked to listen to the funk music. You got Tina on that bass, picking up some ideas. And they were actually there, and towards the end of the show, the crowd started chanting Burn Down the House. And that was actually lyrics from a Bootsy Collins song, who was part of the P-Funk band called Jam Fan. And they actually took those lyrics, and it ended up being into the title. But they actually started creating this just by jamming the beat. The beat was made first, and then the lyrics came along later. It was released in 1983, in July of 1983. Like I said, on their fifth album. Just a solid song. And it's interesting to think that they took the idea from a Bootsy Collins, the lyrics from a Bootsy Collins song. He's actually from Cincinnati, and just to get a little background about him, he actually was in a group called the Pacemakers that James Brown picked up, and he actually was part of the original JBs, which is the James Brown backing band, for about 11 months. They were the originals, and then other members would come in. But he ended up also finding a job with George Clinton in P-Funk, and the rest is history. This song, the lyrics were heard at that show, and now this song was created. There's been a few covers. Tom Jones actually covered this with a group called the Cardigans. And that actually did reach number 7 in the UK, which is interesting. Tom Jones would get it, but he did. Another group to cover it, and it just came out last year, is they brought out this tribute album to Stop Making Sense. And if you know about Talking Heads, Stop Making Sense is a great movie. You need to check it out. A concert movie they made in the 1980s of their tour, and they actually sing Burning Down the House on the tour, and they end it differently. They stop it instead of fading it out. But it's a solid cover by Paramore. Paramore does a solid cover. Even David Byrne thought it was amazing. That he's quoted as saying he thought the cover was amazing. This album came out last year, and there's lots of different singers and groups covering their music. If you get a chance, check it out on your streaming. But this was actually in a movie, and my question this week is, what movie was this in? It was in 1980. It was in a few movies, but the one I'm talking is a classic 1980s movie, and it actually hooked in great with where this song in the scene in the movie. What movie was this in? I hope you guys have a great weekend. Summer's here, so it's going to start warming up, and I will see you on the flip side.